How you going, guys? In this video I'm going to talk you through how to create a custom audience in Facebook ads. So right now you can see I'm in Facebook Ads Manager and I've gone to the tool which is audiences, and I've clicked that and it takes you to a page here. Make sure you're in the right ad account, and now you can see some of the previous audiences I have created. There's a few in here. You can see their size, their availability, when they were created. You can see if they've been shared with other people. So there's a bit going on, but let's jump straight into it, guys. And here's how you create a saved audience or a custom audience in Facebook Ads Manager. Let's click on the little blue button and let's go create saved audience. That's the one you want to use. And you can see a little pop-up pops up. It's funny, Luke. And you have a few selections. Now take note, on the right hand side here, you can see we have a little monitor that's telling us we can potentially reach 17 million people. And the audience details we currently have are people in Australia aged 18 to 65 plus. So basically everyone in Australia who has Facebook we can reach now. And we can go through and start changing things. So let's look at targeting people who live in Sydney. So let's close off Australia and let's type in Sydney and see that pops up. And you can see Facebook gives us a radius which we're targeting. We might make that bigger, so we can go in here and increase that to 50 miles, which is as large as it goes. And you can see our potential audience has updated to 4 million people, and we're targeting people in Sydney. We can then scroll down and look at the age. Say we want to reach young people, so we'll change that to 18 to 24. We want to only reach women, because potentially we might be a clothing brand and women are more likely to buy from our brand. We can then add some demographics, interests, or behaviors. I recommend just browsing through here to learn a little bit more about each. Demographics refers to stuff that Facebook knows about you, well, as in the cultural, educational, these defining features. So you can have a look at your relationships, your work, your job titles, your industries. If you have parents, if you are a parent, we can also look at your interests. So Facebook gets these interests by looking at what pages you've interacted with. So in our case, if we're targeting young girls who like to buy, we might go look at shopping, and we might go look at clothing, and we might look at women's clothing. So we're going to target people who are interested in women's clothing. We can also narrow the audience further, and this does one thing. It makes sure that the audience has this criteria, which is they like women's clothing, and they must have this criteria too. We can often get suggestions by Facebook. This one hasn't really suggested much, so we can browse again, or we can search. We might search accessories to see what Facebook gives us about that. Fashion accessories, here we go. So now we're targeting women aged 18 to 24 who are interested in women's clothing and women's fashion accessories. And you can see all of a sudden we've got a potential audience of 210,000 people. So we've narrowed this audience down quite significantly from the 17 million people we started off with in the beginning. And that's how you create a saved audience or a custom audience. Now you just got to give it a name: Women in Sydney Fashion. And we can hit create saved audience and we are done.